So Gary, my question is, I'm 28 years old. I've been working on my side hustle for about the last 6.5 years. And last June, I actually jumped ship from my big corporate job and launched a full-time digital agency focused on content creation and social media management. Because again, it's been something I'm working on for 6 years. Everything was going.
You trying to put VaynerMedia out of business, bro?
I'm not, absolutely. I'm trying to learn from VaynerMedia. You've done some really great things, but
I want you to win. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So my question really is around, obviously the obvious happened, Corona happened, lost all of my clients but one. Thankful for that one, doing absolutely everything I can to maintain that one, to keep the doors open. Luckily, it's just me right now. I've always leveraged just part-time people to kind of fill the gaps or the voids whenever the scope, goes beyond what, I can comfortably deliver. So my question is around soliciting new business from a B2B perspective. Yes. Like, is it tone deaf to be doing that? Obviously, people are going to be distracted.
It's tone deaf to be in sales. It's brilliant to be in branding. Do you want me to explain, Eric?
Yes, please.
I think it's potentially tone deaf to be like, even no matter how much you disguise it, I'm like, hey, get a free week of my service during these times. Like, I think some people will be turned off. You making unlimited LinkedIn videos about what if scenarios, right? If you started What If with Eric Savage on LinkedIn and said, what if I was a dry cleaners during this time? Here's what I would do with social media. Brother, I always say, watch what I do, not what I say. I've started a 2-hour Q&A morning tea show because I'm making content, because branding and content is always right, because you're not asking for the sale, you're creating demand. Nobody from Nike calls you and says, would you like to buy a pair of sneakers? Right? They build a brand and then you want to buy sneakers. Nobody from Burger King calls you and be like, hey, would you like a Big Mac? No, they build a brand and then you come. Too many people think they're marketing and branding people, but what they are is salespeople. And when they get desperate, they become real salespeople. There's nothing wrong with sales. I love sales. During a time like this, to your point, and good kudos on you of worrying about tone deaf, this is the time for you to create fake scenarios. And so I would start what ifs around scenarios of the kind of SMBs and businesses that you'd like to hire you.
Yeah, that's an amazing advice. And then my other question was, depending on how long this kind of streak goes with Corona, which again, hopefully it can be solved soon, but as a new small business owner, that's going through a crisis for the first time, what are these things that I can learn from this, but also how can I avoid from this? I don't want to say scarring me, but being overly sensitive now to cash flow, or being overly too conservative where I need to be going on the offense. So do you have any tips about, going through crisis before in your life of owning the business of what do I hold on to, but yet what do I try to block out going forward?
Cash is oxygen, right? Being practical, but cash comes in a lot of form. There's a lot of people right now like, Gary, I need the government's help. I'm like, no, you don't. You have $7,000 worth of junk in your fucking house. Sell it on eBay. Right? So cash comes in a lot of forms. It's cash in a bank. It's stocks that are worth half or 20, 30, 40, 50% less. But it's also comes in the form of shit in your house. Like that orange hat is $7 on fucking Facebook Marketplace. So cash is important. That's number one. But then also have the humility to be basic, the humility to be simplistic, the humility to be minimized. So cash, moving out of your apartment to a lower apartment because you can save $413, right? Just really analyze, every single person watching right now that's scared and crying and feels like the government should fix them should look at their credit card bill and realize they're paying for 8 things on subscription that they don't need.
Right.
So cash is oxygen. And then number 2, I play worst case scenario. I'm a big WCC fan, right? Worst case scenario. For you not to be scarred or demonized. So you picked the wrong time to start the business. The fucking Corona came. In 52 years, you're going to tell the story about how funny that was. And the worst case scenario is you lose this one client, and in parallel of trying to get another client and get a job when it might be hard to get a job, you're just going to grind and you're going to learn how to be humble as fuck. If I were you, do you have any money saved?
I do a little bit. So I'm good for the next couple months, but not a lot.
As a human, right?
Correct, as a human.
And what are your expenses as a human?
Rent, student loans, a car payment. But again, I've probably got maybe 3 months left that, I'm good to go before I just bleed out.
Do you have stuff?
Yeah, of course.
I think you should sell stuff. And I mean this, Eric. This advice is for you and everybody else. I think that we should start actually, hey, Team Gary, I want to start sell stuff Saturday. Let's work on that for this upcoming Saturday. If you're team, if you're watching, let's start working on logos. Let's start working up with the strategy. And here's what it is. I think this Saturday, we should create sell stuff Saturday. Facebook Marketplace is a little tough because people pick up from each other right now with Corona, but eBay is still quite active. I've been watching it. Eric, I think you should be the poster child for sell stuff Saturday. When I hear 3 months, and you know this, most people don't go into, let me audit every single thing in my fucking apartment right now. Everything. I mean, Eric, let's play a little bit. And some of these things may work and they may not, but let's start with clothes.
Right.
What percentage of the clothes that you have in your closet right now do you actually wear?
I'll be perfectly honest, probably 20%.
Great. So when I think about 80% of your clothes being something you could sell on eBay, now one of the things I really like it for you is you also need to learn sales, brand, and marketing and market demands. You selling on eBay is actually going to also help you with your agency a year from now. So for you, selling stuff Saturday is going to be a huge deal because not only are you going to put another month in the caboot, and by the way, ironically, I think this thing sits in the 2, 3, 4 month range anyway.
Same.
So like, could you imagine the serendipity of this Zoom and this tea time with GaryVee leads to you selling a bunch of shit you didn't need anyway, learning how to be a marketer, a copywriter, a supply and demander, a researcher of what the right price is. Do I buy it now? Do I start an auction? Learning, right? And that gives you the extra month, which was the one extra month you actually needed, and you're a more skilled. I mean, this is like a fucking coup.
Yeah. Yeah.
80. What else you got that's what valuable that's fucking sitting in the house that's fucking bullshit? An Xbox, a fucking bicycle. What do you got? What other stuff? Give me your top 3 stuffed things. Everybody's watching right now. Please tweet out with hashtag sell stuff Saturday with the 3 items that are the most valuable that you least give a fuck about that you're going to sell this Saturday on eBay, Mercari, Craigslist. Again, I think it's a shipping thing because of the Corona thing, but like Eric, for you, let's play here. Like what are the 3 most valuable things you have right now in your apartment that you're actually going to take a photo of, list, and sell?
Absolutely. My number one sell stuff thing, and it's actually, I don't know if it's a good sign or bad sign. I can go right to these 3 things, but it's number one, it's a triathlon bicycle. It's like super high end. That's going to be a flip. That's a couple grand right there. Hopefully.
Real quick, without knowing your expenses, let's say the market's down a little bit, people are taking advantage.
Yep.
It sells a little less. You say a couple grand. Let's just say it's $950, even though that's a low number, but let's say that's what you get. Because you might have to put that one on Craigslist because it's hard to ship that. But there's going to be people that are going to be willing to come and pick it up. I mean, I'm sure you could actually put it outside of your apartment, watch it from the door. Hopefully nobody steals it and somebody comes and picks it up. So there's social distancing with Facebook and Craigslist now that I think about it. Some people will be too scared and be like, hey, if he had it, I get that. But some will still buy. So let's say because of all those dynamics, you get $950 instead of $1,250. How much more time? What is your monthly expenses in your mind when you say you have 3 months? How much is it per month?
It's around $1,800.
Cool. The fact that 50%, like think about this. You're sitting here for the last 3-4 days saying, fuck, I have 3 months. Fuck it, right? Fuck, I have 3 months. Meanwhile, you bought a fucking bike because you have this great ideology that you're going to be a fucking triathlon fucker. And meanwhile, you fucking rode it 3 times and it's fucking sitting in your house. Like, isn't this cool though? Isn't perspective cool? Like another half month is sitting in your pocket, maybe even a full month, back to you saying a couple grand, maybe I'm wrong about it, but isn't that cool?
Yes. Yeah. It definitely gives you optimism.
And it's offense versus defense. I want the government to help me. I'm in big trouble. I'm scared. Meanwhile, I have a fucking triathlon bike in my fucking house that buys me another fucking month. All right, number 2.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely an old laptop. I recently upgraded laptops this year. It's an Apple computer, so that's a couple $100 probably.
Let's fucking go. Next.
And then number 3, it's going to go, you can tell with the orange beanie, I'm trying to be trendy. It's, all sorts of streetwear, jackets, cool sneakers, things like that at the end of the day, you can always rebuy on the other side of, Corona or whatever. So that's probably a couple $100 too. And that's
Have you ever sold anything? Have you ever sold anything on the internet?
You know what? And I'm not lying to you. I actually did. I just recently moved to Nashville about 2 months ago to be around musicians because I work a lot with musicians. And I literally paid for my entire moving expenses by selling a ton of old sneakers and things in my closet on eBay only. I mean, a couple $100
Proud of you,
and
bro.
it was easy.
StockX, posting on your Instagram where you just say, who wants this for $500? Somebody should be really innovative and do like a QVC live stream on Facebook, walking around their house and saying, how much? Email me. Like, if you're like that kind of character, Macari, Offer Up, Close. There's some other like real posts, Poshmark, eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Eric, I'm really excited, man. Like, I really think you just bought yourself minimally another month, probably another 2. But do me a favor, take this energy and literally like literally go post now.
No, I absolutely will, because I appreciate you re-saying this. Like I said, obviously I've sold before, but sometimes when you start to get fearful in your head, things kind of shrink.
You go defense.
And this is giving you, kind of an agenda
Offense.
to do the rest of the day. It's able to jump off the call and start posting listings. I mean, it's action oriented.
Let's make selling stuff Saturday a global phenomenon. If somebody major right now with big audiences, if you can share this, let's make this a global phenomenon. This is going to help so many people. Eric, good luck, brother.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate your time.